Yeah. Again, I'm always really, really, really interested. I'm really interested. I'm really interested. Let me tell you my interest that I'm interested in. And I'm not lying. Let me just throw out there that I do think it'd be really interesting to have a full indexed record of the first 30 seconds anyone had ever seen of this show. I want that. That is the thing that I want. I want to know if there's someone who's like, Day9, I've heard of him. He's been streaming for like 7 years, hasn't he? Let me click on that, and they click, and it's just me going, ugh. Ugh. Ladies and gentlemen, ugh. I'm gonna keep the death spy. Ugh. This hand, though. Does mostly walking count? Of course it counts. Of course it's in orange. I just told you it was in orange. Who knows what I'm talking about? Verksix says, I have a real analysis exam this week. You're a Bachelor of Mathematics. What is your certified advice in writing proofs in real analysis? Let me tell you the #1 most important thing that I learned about the writing of proofs. Say exactly what you want to say, and then shut up. And that's actually something that's very useful for life. Like, for instance, if, I don't know, you're on a date, you think it's not gonna work, you should say something like, hey, I think this is not gonna work. And then what you should do is just shut up. That's a really, really powerfully, fantastically important life lesson and relevant piece of feedback for your analysis exam, because here's the thing. In mathematics, it's very easy, or excuse me, let me back up. In conversational settings, or even if you're an inexperienced writer, you are not used to persuasive writing, it's very easy to be like, I don't know, in this sort of passage, it connotes the following, which really kind of means that, and then it symbolizes this, and then that represents that, and and you just go too many layers, and if you had just shut up after 2 sentences, it would have been fine. It would have been actually fucking awesome. But instead, when I would take mathematical exams, sometimes I would accidentally, without even thinking about it, just keep talking. I would be like, and yes, because this thing works in that way, it means we know this, which means that we probably know this, and it's like, why do you know that second thing? The first thing is a theorem, the second thing is just talking, and that is not a robust proof.
Get in there and fight!
Also, if you're doing real analysis,
my shield for our
do not. Oh my God! Taunts are my greatest weakness. Oh my God, man! Efficiency. The face is the place. And if you're studying real analysis, here's the thing. Partial knowledge of what those theorems are means nothing. Don't know roughly the language of the theorem. Know the exact language of the theorem. The exact language of the theorem. Because if you're almost correct on the theorem, that means you're fucking wrong, dude. And to demotion we go. If you don't know the exact definition of the theorem, if you know most of it, you're fucking wrong. Like, and that's the thing that's kind of weird, is a lot of people think that when they kind of know, that they get the gist, that they get like 80% of the theorem. And they think that they should get 4 out of 5 in terms of credit because they got 80% right. They should get 0 credit because they got it fucking wrong. It's like if you said, look, it's a car. I built you a car, and I look and there's no wheels. And I'm like, well, but this doesn't go anywhere. And they're like, but I have doors and an engine. I have 80% of a car. I'm like, you're fucking wrong. You have a seat that revs. You don't have a car. And what I need is a car. I'm very passionate about people giving clear, robust arguments. Dan will be the harshest teacher. I believe in 2 things. When you are in any sort of environment that demands things like effort, creativity, you need to really not fuck around and be super real with people. You need to be super, super, duper, 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 duper pressuring and harsh and real. And you also need to be really, really kind and thoughtful and supportive. Probably should run these guys out earlier. You're Ermagerd, Blood, and Plunder. You have to do both. You can't be like, you got the thing completely wrong, and fuck you. You can't put that harshness on it because it's not like, or excuse me, the meanness, the lack of support. It is not helpful. It does not allow anyone to learn anything particularly valuable.
No quarter.
But if you say something like, oh no, this is completely and totally wrong, you'll get it and encourage them. That's completely wrong. There's nothing wrong with being completely wrong. Nothing bad happens. No disaster or misery befalls anybody.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
But it's important not to mess around and lie. You're almost right. You're not almost right. You're wrong. Because if you're building a car and it doesn't have wheels, you're not almost right. You simply haven't built a car. And if you have a theorem in mathematics that has an extremely precise definition, and you have provided something other than that precise definition, you are not almost right, you're wrong. So you have to say that. And then you have to be very supportive and encouraging and say, yep. And this is the way that Harvey Mudd functioned, where you would get so much homework and it was so hard, and you had to work these insane schedules and these really tough problems, and sometimes you'd be a human and have a horrible week. Oh, oh shit, that's actually quite bad. Oh shit, he throws me. Well, I guess I'll just go ahead and get a damaging hero power and kill him anyways. Yeah, look at that. Whew, that was easy. And so I would be really struggling. I'd be having a hard time to go to my professor and say something like, I was really into this girl and she dumped me, And my professors would be so sympathetic. They would be so sweet. They would be wonderful. And they would be completely unforgiving. They would say something like, Sean, yeah, no, this happens to everyone. Don't worry. Yeah, listen, we have 10 problems on today's homework. If you just get through 2 or 3, that's great. That's totally great. The class is set up for you to succeed even when you're turning in homeworks where you're only getting 30% done sometimes. It's natural. Just do your best, and then if you're feeling better next week, you'll be able to do more on the next homework. And they would not give you extra credit or bump your grade or remove that homework or give you an extension. They would do none of those things. And what it made you realize is the actually important thing, which is that it is totally okay to not rock out on everything. It is totally okay to fail. It wasn't, let's create more circumstances to where you can succeed. It's, you're going to fail. And that's okay. And Morn Bread says, did you really talk to your professors about your romantic life? Yeah, no, I had a rough breakup, and I didn't know what to do, and I was having such a hard time focusing. I actually went to my professors. And why did I do that? Because the professors were such amazing, wonderful people at Harvey Mudd who were so supportive and created such a warm, inviting, supportive environment that you'd go to them and be like, listen, I'm very straightforward with you. I'm having a really hard time. I got dumped, and I'm sad. And I'm super duper sad. I don't even know what I mulliganed. I have no clue what was mulliganed at this point in time. Yeah, oh god, I heard my professors were great.
Job's done.
The Gip says you have way too mature of a worldview and life outlook to be a streamer, man. Yeah. How should I behave as a streamer? What's par for the course? Oh man, Warrior vs. Warrior. Oh, this game. Fuck, man. Ah. Is that what I should do? Is that the thing? Ugh. Warriors are cancer. Just throw the term cancer around willy-nilly like nobody gets it. Like, is that the methodology I should do? I should be more insensitive. Dank memes and insanely awful music says praise. I should say salt. I should say never lucky. I need to be more dank. Yes. I believe that I am relatively low on general dankness. This matchup's gonna be hard. Strophim says, I find it really interesting whenever you reference an old relationship, you do such a good job of separating that stuff from your day 9 personality. Do you go out of your way to avoid digressing about more personal details of your life? I don't think I actually know what you mean. I don't actually think I know what you mean. I'm not sure even. Like, if I draw a dud card, the correct move is absolutely to Dread Corsair, but I kind of want to wait an Arcanite Reaper and then double do it for free just to show him how much of a big boss-ass badass I am. But this is better! This is better! What do you mean, Mr. or Mrs. Strophian? Oh my god, hoot, hoot, motherfucker! Oh my god, that's so awesome. Yeah. Oh, Vivictus SC2, the only last remaining member of my Darkest Dungeon playthrough. Yeah, Strophim, if you can clarify. That would be sick. Oh my god, hoot hootin'. Oh my god, Netanyahu.
What now?
I can take the hit.
Oh god, who puts cards in their deck that shields and whatnot and shit, and another slam? Slammin'. Turkan says, you've been a streamer for a really long time, probably longer than anyone else I know. What would you say is your favorite aspect of it that kept you doing it? That kept you doing it, parentheses, besides the money. I did not make money on the daily for... $8 months? 9 months? And honestly, the thing that has kept me going is the same reason as why I started. I just like doing it. I like doing it. Why am I so immature? Quickly, to the face! Hey, baby cat. Oh, Sheriff, you're mine. It's a trap. It's a cuddle trap. I like doing it. Yeah, you're so sweet. Oh, I'm tickling you. You don't like that. Oh, tickles. Like, if I didn't get paid at all to do this, I'd probably still do it. I like doing it. Literally just spending the time to coalesce ideas I have into something that can be spoken is a deeply joyful activity to me. Unlike this warrior versus warrior matchup, which feels a lot like grating steel wool on my face. Like, you know, because someone will say something and I get the opportunity to formulate a long thought. And I like long thoughts. I love long thoughts. And that's not even a euphemism. I like long descriptions and processes of things. Like if you've ever talked to someone who is working on a really complicated project. Like, I knew someone who was trying to do an international business deal, and I said, tell me about that. That was the entire question. Tell me about that. And said person talked for like 35 minutes, and it was so interesting. Unlike this game, which is as interesting as a dead rock. Jeez, we are screwed. I don't say well played enough. I totally have to do that. I always am not paying enough attention to the fact that it's the person I'm playing against. But it was so interesting to listen to this person talk for 35 minutes, and there was still so much more there. There was so much more to be said. Because it was a long thought. You gonna learn today about this long thought.
Garrosh versus Garrosh.
And so that's what got me into doing the StarCraft show. Is wow.
Bring it on.
It is very hard to learn how to play this game. There is a lot going on, but let me share with you some long thoughts. Some very long thoughts. And so, you know, I play Hearthstone, which is nice because I kind of focus on the game, I kind of focus over here. But the act of streaming, this is the same deck. This is the same fucking deck right here. Hi, Strophium says, name is Mr. 9. Oh, Strophium, just call me Sean. I'm just a Sean, not a Mr. 9. Sorry for repasting my message. No problem, the slightest. I guess to clarify, I watched you almost religiously the first yearish of the dailies and more or less consistently since. I can't pick out any time frames where it's obvious that you are single, in a relationship, or going through a breakup. It just seems very well kept in the background of your public life. That's considerate of you to say such a thing. However, if you watch my Valentine's Day special from a while back, I was pissed off! Yeah, no, was that 266? It sounds right. God, that sounds right. Day 9 Valentine's special. Was it 266? 260. It was 260. It was Dan Daily number 260. Jesus, good work, brain. Well fucking done. Bro. Well done, bro. Oh my god, what you did. Oh, what you did, brain there was sick. Yeah, I was pissed. No, because I didn't work out with someone. Dan Daily number 260 is I was pissed. Yeah, I think it is important to, for one, be yourself when you're on air. But also, in terms of being a person, I think it's very important not to carry all your shit around with you. you believe it's important not to carry this sort of stuff around with you. Because, you know, this is... Don't take this the wrong way, but, you know, a lot of the way... Oh, it's not the same deck as me. I know what fucking deck it is, and I shan't fuck around. That's not the card I wanted to run. Hit him in the face. This is actually probably a better choice than the other thing I was going to do. Yeah, like, don't take this the wrong way, but I kind of think that a really good analogy between what the show is like I am a father and you are a child. Like, you're a baby. You're like 6 months old. And imagine if the dad comes home from work after having a really shitty day at work where his boss yelled at him, and the baby goes, ah, and the baby's freaking out. The wrong thing to do is to pick the baby up and be like, fuck you, I didn't get my promotion. Like, don't take it out on the baby. It's not the baby's fault. Why? Don't fault the baby. Stop yelling at a baby. You know what I'm saying? And if you're a father, you have to learn how to compartmentalize the stress of your day.
Blood and plunder.
Oh my god, this sucks a lot. Oh my god, and I even did the wrong thing. I don't care, YOLO. That was a fiery war axe. I thought it was a death smite. Ah! I'm going crazy. He lost. He's fucking done, dude. Oh no, who runs that car? That's it. Oh, he's bad. Oh. I don't want to lose. Watch this though. There it is. There's the play right there. Don't kill anything. Because then I can pew and I can. Yeah, I think that it is very important to compartmentalize. I think it's very important because I'm here doing a job. Kind of. I'm here to do a specific job, which is to put on a show. We're gonna have some fun, but we're a show. We want to do a good job. We want to have a nice time, and everyone who's here, every one of you, has all the power over me. Did I lose? Oh my god, fuck! We're not doing well. If anyone has any taunts in their deck, we die immediately. It sucks. But yeah, I'm here to make... Oh shit, we gotta take a break. I'm here to make sure you have a nice time. That's very important. It's important to me that you have a nice time. In the same way, it is important, if I were a dad, to make sure that my baby, my 6-month-old baby, is having a nice time. When I come home and I have a shitty day at work where all the problems that I tried to solve, I came up with nothing, and all the play tests we did felt like the game was worse, and I do a show and I lose every single game, and I get made fun of by everyone, and I'm like, ah. And then when I see the cats, I'm not gonna go be mean to the cat, because it's my responsibility as a cat dad to feed them tasty food and to clean their shit out of the litter box. And that is a responsibility that I believe is very important. So, on the topic of dating and relationships, yes, I've of course had rough breakups and rough times and difficult things in my life, but I believe it's very important to know when to treat that, when to call a friend to share with that, to share with your friend what's going on, to get some reassurance, to spend some time working on your emotional stability, to treat yourself well, to wallow if you're in a wallowing mood. to try to get over it if you're in a place where you can process. And there's also times where it's really important to not be doing that. I can probably name like 2 stressful things right now that I'm not going to attempt to process while I'm live on air, losing it up with FaceTime with Finley. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to wait. Maybe around 10:30 tonight we'll tackle that problem. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll wait till Thursday night and we'll try to tackle that problem. And also, let's be honest. All the stories people have about relationships, Strophium, they're not about the other person. It's about the person telling the story. So I try to be very deliberate about telling that perspective, because I don't want to be like, and then she did this, and then she did that, and she did this. Isn't she crazy? No, she's not. It's not about her. It's about you, dude. So I try to focus on my perception of that. And of course, sometimes I totally don't do that because it makes for a better story, but still, that's how I view it and how I think of it. I'm gonna play some music, baby. Oh, I'm gonna play some music. Ooh, I'm gonna play some music, baby.